it was just time to really tell a great untold Detroit story, because it kind of covers Detroit at its zenith.
Very interesting story.
We decided that we were going to make a movie.
All right, Rich Rossi with you with Motown Mafia. I'm with Courtney.
Louis Stevens,
Courtney Brown.
Courtney Brown Jr.
And Alan Al Prophet Bradley.
And this is an entrepreneurial, inspirational story too, because again, you know, I'm a real estate retail guy. You know, that's what my skill set is. But I'm a businessman, so I was like, you know, we're gonna do it. You know, sometimes when you got a dream, you won't have all the answers on how you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
What made this one unique was not so much the crime, but the intertwining with Detroit's history and the Motown era and kind of the economic decline of Detroit. And it's really the story of a family. And from some perspectives, has a happy ending, like you said. For others, it didn't have a happy
ending. Right.
This guy here, they was the first ones. They legends.
Dude, they learned. They those guys really pay respect to the OGs.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I talk to Demetrius loves loves the Jewish OGs. He's like Tom. He's like, dude, I was right the other day, or not the other day, but he's on a time. I get him about once a month now, because he can only get like 30 minutes a month.
Wow.
So, because he got in some trouble, he had a cell phone and all that.
That's why he's still in jail. You keep asking why he's like he's a bad inmate.
Cell phone don't give that much time.
But he's like
he got caught with a cell phone.
That's all he's reading.
He got like
Demetrius. He's like, I was reading about Waxy Solomon and all these old OGs. He loves Meyer Lansky. But when I started reading about all these other Jewish guys,
not numbers.
that's because my family was the Burnstein brothers who ran the Purple Gang.
Right, okay.
So my great uncle lived at the top of the book Cadillac.
Is you in the kin to Sam Bernstein, you know?
I'm not related. I know him though.
Oh, you know? Okay.
There's the BE Bernstein, or the lawyer Bernsteins, and the BU Bernstein, and the gangster Bernstein.
It was nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you, sir. I'll see you.
We'll hook back up this week.
All right,
Right
yeah.
on, that's what you. And I know this nigga gold here, and that's exactly what happened. Ran with Fat Joe and him. Fat Joe's wife killed him. He got carried away. It was so much money jumping off. Pep was doing 50 a day. Art was doing 50 or so a day. I told you he ran 2 million in 20 days, and boom, feds was everywhere. I mean, they was everywhere, following Trisha to school. Everywhere you
So
go,
wait a minute, so y'all got
everything is bugged.
So
all the
y'all
apartment
really
buildings,
didn't
the
get
house.
hot with the Wakefield move.
No.
Y'all ain't where y'all
down,
fought the heat.
man, we ain't had nothing. We was dry then. Now he's searching. He went to New York. They was in the commission case. Doc told him, I wish you had got out a year earlier. We hit. Giuliani was wearing their ass out when me, him, and Pep went up there. He stayed and went to the Chinese
Now that's
food.
you talking about, so that people know. You talking about the commission case that brought down all the Godfathers when they hit all
Pops went
5
up there
families.
to get what they owed him and to get back on. And they told him Rudy Giuliani had everything shut down. They couldn't do nothing.
You talking about the jury that your father gave it to them before he went
All
to
of
jail.
that. There you go. There you go.
You know about that?
Yeah, I know about that.
There you go.
See, let me tell you. See, when Eddie got when they
And now, what would you say that jury would be valued at? Because I could already tell you what it was valued at when he came out. Because I could tell you who told him, Russ Cleaver. He asked my father, who was out
Skyline
there on
Jeweler.
Skyline.
that's where we got it from. That's where we got all our jury
Do
from.
you still got that ring? Do you know what that ring going for you? He said, I might be able to put my hands on
Hold
it.
it.
That's the
Do
exact
you
words
know when
said
he
to
bought
Russ
that ring?
Cleaver.
I remember when he bought that ring.
You was there. I was
he
too
paid,
young.
He paid $70,000 at that particular time.
And what time when you was
That
this
was
about?
it was in the 70s.
Now you want to hear his
So that's
version?
about 700,000
Let me
today's
tell
money.
you what he said.
Man, this was one motherfucking
I'm
rock.
wearing a Rolls Royce on my finger. That's all he used to. I got a Rolls Royce on my finger.
We paid $30,000 for the rolls.
I
And the
told
ring,
you what he said.
The ring was worth
I told you what he
The
said.
ring was worth
I
2
just-
Rolls Royces.
Yeah.
I just told you.
His
that.
ring,
I
so
said,
let me put that second
with a
again.
Rolls
His
Royce on
ring,
my finger.
you could have
That's
bought
what
2
he
Rolls
said.
Royces in that for
But the prices we paid for that,
that one
Rolls
ring.
Royce.
Tell
That's
you.
right.
That's what
See,
he
man,
said.
from 69 up until the time Eddie went to jail in 76,
Now,
I rode with
tell
him every day.
Tell him.
I pick him up in the morning and drop him off at night.
Tell me this.
What?
Tell him what you estimate the property you had that you let go would be worth today.
What I had?
Right? In the area that it was in,
Man.
what you see today could be at least worth $3 million.
I would have got at least $2 or $3 million for it right now.
Because you was in the same area with Dodo.
I was right in the same area. The two buildings that I had. I could, but today, man.
If you go there now, nigga, it cost you $2,500 rent to stay there.
That's right.
Well, that after hour joint with your Uncle Willie was
right there with Times Square Bar. Right there in the corner, John on Erskine.
That building's for sale right now for $4 million.
But check this out. On Mac, you understand, right across the street from the hospital, they charge you $399 for one loft. You understand?
$399,000.
That's right. That's right. Holy, but I'm gonna tell you something gonna fuck you up right now. Over there on Townsend.
The poorest places.
On Townsend.
I had a spot on Townsend.
And listen to me on Townsend.
Field in Townsend.
Between Kirchhoff and Lafayette, it's a church. It's a Catholic church over there. The old school was behind the church. They just renovated the school and they bought the lot behind it and built condos. And I just called just to ask what they charge for them lofts over there. They got 2 and 3 bedroom, you understand, lofts over there, right? You know what this motherfucker told me, man? He say the 2 bedroom loft, the small one, they want, you understand, they want $400,000 for them. And they say the 3 bedrooms, you understand, they gonna cost $600,000.
So now in your next episode, I'm giving you one right now.
What?
Break down the type of money y'all would be legally rich now. If he had kept Hancock, got all that money off Hancock, if you had kept your buildings, got all that money off your buildings, legally, you all would be worth today now what? Because Hancock, he'd have probably got $2 million for that.
No, he'd have got more than that.
Yeah.
See?
Put it like this.
If you just go through legally where we was hustling and doing, this is what the property is worth now.
And then
John R. and Erskine, $4 million. Uncle Willie lived on that corner, man.
All the property, you understand, that was down
All
there,
y'all
the black,
spots.
all the black people.
All the black
had
bottoms.
From
Black
Steve, right there on Erskine and Brush, right today. He used to be his after hour joint.
You need to break it down.
Let me tell you something. They made a restaurant right there, a kosher hot dog place right there on Brush. I'm just, right across the street from where we made the first
Which
video.
I ride around to see white folks walking. I can't believe that's white folks out there walking.
Oh, you got the Great Ghost. That's one of the fanciest restaurants.
Off Woodwood, where it was
You
just
talking about
like the
Erskine
alley.
Wood.
Have you seen the alley?
Which one?
The alley off Woodwood. They got a business. The alley. You go walk up in the alley.
Yeah, I saw it.
Man, don't you remember that nigga, the niggas that shooting dope, getting high? Freddie used to hang up in there. What are you talking about? Drinking wine back there, man.
Let me tell you something.
You walking that alley in my day.
Right today. Let me tell you something. It wasn't no black person, no white person.
Man,
Come down there.
Hell no. That's what I be trying to tell him when he ride around. I said, man, I be fucked up. I said, man, you see what I'm saying?
Well, he can't imagine because he knows that area is Midtown. He don't know.
But what he see is understand. Hey, let me tell you something. That still ain't down where we was
Let
going.
me ask you this. Let me tell him this. He was talking about this. Now they got the lean. You know what lean is?
Yeah, they call it right.
How it was when y'all was buying the red. It wasn't no better or worse now.
That was Amanil. I was hung up on that. That's what they call the lean. Now back then it was Amanil. And then this young guy, you understand? I don't know if you know the guy. When I came home out of jail, I had to call out on Grand River with my partner was Rick.
So you need to tell that.
Did this him. Let me show you something. Show you what that lean did to this motherfucker, him. This boy getting big money,
Youth,
man.
pay attention. This is your future on lean.
Yeah.
This is what these niggas need to see. That'll give him hits. If he break it down, nigga, I was strong out on lean back then. Nah, was it as strong back then as it is now?
Yeah.
That's the
same
thing.
thing.
It's changing now.
The color too, Butch.
Very purple.
Changed the color. I tried to tell you.
Yeah.
We used to buy it from a house right there on Brush. They used to always sell it. We used to buy it to go to the Fox Theater.
I used to go over there on a Hamilton
And
and
they used to
tuxedo.
always keep it.
Yeah.
You go in there and buy a bottle, and it was
Oh,
red.
ain't nothing
and
new, young man.
It was always
Ain't nothing
red,
new under
and
the
that
sun.
shit
I didn't
was
say it was
strong.
new, I'm just saying,
that
like,
shit
that's
was
the new
strong.
trend.
It keep you
It's a
sleep.
trend now.
I couldn't fuck with
yeah.
it.
It
You
do.
don't do nothing but
It's
go
just
sleep.
it's a downer. It's just
I'm
like
just saying
boy.
it's a trend.
It's
It's
just
like
like
boy.
that. That's
Because
what
it's
it
got
is.
codeine in
Let me
it.
show you
That's
something.
what's
Let me show you
fucking you up.
something.
It's the
Let me show you
codeine.
something. This boy, you understand?
Don't make it seem like I sip
this
lean
boy-
now.
I'm just telling you how far it go back.
Oh, wait a minute. Why we doing it here? Like, you done heard my man Eddie talk about him. You done probably heard people in the street. One
This
second,
guy
bro.
here-
Just let them know that this is Jelani's Tasting Table. If you want to get some of that good, that 420 cooking,
Yeah.
this the man
This
who's
motherfucker
behind the
big
scene.
money, man. He
Let me
died.
go ahead. What was you saying? I'm sorry about that. What was that?
That lean, that lean, you understand? That is just as dangerous that it's just as dangerous, you understand, as opiates. That's all it is. It's a down high. It ain't nothing but boy. You understand? But what I'm saying here, people don't realize I was hung up on cough syrup back in the 70s, but they called it Amanil.
Wow.
Now, you understand, they call it lean. And like I said, a lot
Was
of
the
people don't.
strength as strong?
It was just as same, just as strong.
Just a different color. All
Just
you
a
do
different
is change
color.
the color.
That's right.
That is, but the
That's
same
just,
strength.
That's just like then. That's what Eddie used to have. He used to pump my ass up with those goddamn dibs when I was making
There you
trips.
go.
Going, you understand, to
The
California.
dams
all
was
over
the
the
big
country.
thing, and that was a big thing.
That was
they
a
were
diet
weight
pill.
loss pills also.
That's what
right?
it was a diet pill.
There you go.
But it had you understand speeding just like cocaine. And I would be up for weeks, man, at a time.
Wow.
And they changed that C codes and all that.
Was they addictive?
Well, you know what? A lot of people won't believe me. I just, when I didn't have it, I didn't have it.
So it really wasn't addictive.
No,
it
not
was
to
something
me.
that you
But a
would
lot
have
of-
if
right.
you need
But a
it.
lot of them housewives, they
A
say
lot
that
of people
turn.
claim it. If you didn't have it, you
No.
if you gonna
And that's
do
just
it,
like, it's just like with the
Wasn't them
lean.
dabs going for like $20 a pill even back then, though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the whole they did this shit when they when they was going off the market, they was charging me $80 a pill.
Wow.
Yes,
That's back in the day.
That was back in the 70s, man. In the 70s, man.
Government always do
That's
that.
right.
Always.
80 a pill?
That's right. When it was going out the
Thank
box,
you.
$80 a
Now you
pill.
had it from the
Look here,
horse's
man.
mouth.
And I liked them so much. You understand? I had a reward on them motherfuckers. And Eddie, he had put money out the street. If anybody see a black Butch in the dab, he said, "I'm gonna run their ass out of town."
Fat man can put a bounty. He didn't put a bounty on the dead man. Dead man gonna end up dead.
And that's just like, and
That's
just
what
like, you
black
understand,
Butch.
just like the money and shit that we was getting back in that time. Like I had broke it down before. Just like, you understand, the biggest Cadillac, you was paying $12,000 for each car. $12,000.
But $12,000 back then,
That's
which
right.
is $120,000
Hey, for the Talesman, that was the biggest Fleetwood.
Yeah,
$12,000. I mean, loaded. You understand? The Mercedes Benz, 450 SEL, $18,000. The Rolls Royce, $30,000. Now, when I'm saying them same cars, they $200,000 and $300,000.
Because inflation then went up.
That's right.
Because everything is 10 times.
That's right.
So that's what I be trying to explain to people.
The money that we was
and
getting.
And again, Scott was just here. I'm not knocking BMF or any of them because them guys all did big things.
Man, you got
but the money count, real
brothers that come afterward because this is the truth about it.
Go ahead.
These are the one that paved the way for them to come. So give BMX all the credit.
I do. I was just.
And they deserve it. Big Meech, anytime I ever fuck with anybody who fuck with him was A1.
No, we ain't
That's
knocking
all
that.
I ever
I'm just
said
talking
about
on the money
brother.
count deal. But then if you guys had
He was
30 million
always A1.
in the
I
70s,
understand. I
real
understand.
real Wall Street white folk math say 30 million in
It's
the
about
70s,
300
300
about
million.
300
That's all
million.
I'm saying.
Oh,
so when
yeah.
you talk to me about 50 million or 60 million, the reality is, I'm gonna just say it. Y'all money dwarf what all of them did.
But hold
That's
on,
just
hold
the
on.
truth.
Like, hold on. Let me
Legal
explain.
fees.
Let me explain some to you.
That's
Like-
300, but you got to understand for the audience to know that is the exact same white folk Wall Street math. That's the same as 300
But
million
listen
today.
to what I'm telling you, man. I always say it's a whole lot of guys probably done had just as much more money than what Eddie done had since that time.
Stayed
But I'm
off
gonna
the
tell you
radar.
something. Ain't no guy or anybody that crew that I know that even know about, they wasn't getting as much money we was getting. I'm talking about on profit wise. What What we was doing, man.
Was you putting the 80 on it?
Man,
Is
listen to me, man.
Is that not a rumor? That's the truth.
Listen to me, man. I was the one doing it. We was paying $60,000. I was going up in New York with the Gambino family, paying $60,000 a key. And see, back during that time, they wasn't weighing it on a scale. They was giving it to us in quarters, unless they probably was weighing it. But that's the way we was dealing with it, with quarters. We was getting 220 quarters in every key, and I would bag them up in 25. So that would be 9 bags of 25s. I would take one bag and put a 9 on it. That'll make 10. So what I'm saying, man, you understand? We was taking, you understand, 10 keys and making it into 100.